Okay, so we're looking at directed numbers here. Now, directed numbers you might think of as negative numbers. All right, it's essentially the same thing, but it just directs you up and down the number line. Ultimately, that's where it comes from. So, the temperature in Oslo is minus 13 Celsius. The temperature in Brighton is 8 Celsius. How much warmer is it in Brighton than Helsinki? So, what you can think of here is, actually, I'll do this in black. There we go. Right, so you can think of a number line here. So if you're not very confident with this, right, there's 0, starting at negative 13. So negative 13, to get to 0, I need to add 13, don't I? Right, and to get from 0 to 8, I need to add 8. And so therefore, the calculation I'm actually going to do is 13 plus 8, which is 21 Celsius. Okay, now actually, if you think about it, you could have done, well, if I'm finding the difference between things, all right, that normally means I subtract. So I'm going to do 8, subtract, minus 13. You do the bigger one minus the smaller one, don't you? 8 minus 13, as it were, it's also 21. All right, so you can think of it in both ways. I like to think of the number line. I think the number line makes it quite visual and fairly obvious. But we're going to take that sort of thing into this. So when I look at number 1 here, I've got minus 3 minus 7, as it were, or negative 3 subtract negative 7 is another way of putting it, possibly a better way of putting it. Your two negatives, all right, in a row here, are going to become a positive, so you're actually going to end up with positive 4, plus 4, okay? And if you think about it, if you remove ice cubes from a swimming pool, the temperature of the water goes up. So I'm removing 7 ice cubes from the swimming pool, and it's going up. So there you go. Now the second one, negative 5 times 6. If you think about it, all right, if I did the, we know the 5 times table. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the negative 5 times table, sorry, is minus 5, minus 10, minus 50, etc., etc. So all you're doing there, what are 6 minus 5s, or 6 negative 5s? Negative 30. There you go. Now then, similar sort of thing here. We've got, all right, negative 24 divided by negative 3. Remember that fraction is just a division, isn't it? So how many negative 3s make negative 24? 8. And you'll notice I've done all of that without using any rules or whatever. I've just done it how I would normally do calculations. I've just been using negative numbers, all right, or directed numbers.